Stop, so I'm going to talk about them really quick. I circled the first note just so that you remember to get that C to be a little harder. The bottom note here, you played a C instead of a B, right? And you did the same exact mistake over here, so you've obviously learned that incorrectly, so you need to fix it. And here I circled that obviously because you went down an octave too soon, so I circled that so that you know that that's where it is. Over here I heard wrong notes in the left hand when you played that, okay? So, not exactly soft, more mezzo piano, even on the verge of mezzo forte. So you remember concert dynamics, right? You can play it a little louder if you need to. You hear that? I'm crescendoing on the scale up, but on these ones, I'm gonna go like this. Right? More, less, less. Right? So if you have repeated anything, you never play it the same way every single time. You always have to change something. So you'd either get louder or softer, and the traditional thing is to get softer at the end of the phrase. So now notice, you went like this. You actually hit that note hard, you accented it. I didn't. I just played louder. Right? I didn't make one stick out like a sore thumb. Oh, that's wrong finger. Right? So I'm also following the shape. And then notice I come right back down on that D. And then right? So we have to everywhere follow the shape of the notes in the right hand. The left hand is simply the accompaniment, creating a harmonic structure for this to live on top of. And we need to do more, okay? So that is definitely less, Yicheng. That G needs to be less. You kind of whacked it a little bit. You kind of did that with your thumb, right? And it stuck out a little bit. We don't want that. We want it to be less. It's at the end of a phrase. If there's anything you're gonna whack, it's gonna be the forzando, right? That's the probably the loudest thing in the entire piece.
I saw some FP.
An FP? What do you mean? Where is that?
Well, after you play this song.
Okay, a forte piano means the first note is loud and everything after it is soft. There's nothing like that in this tune, right? That doesn't happen in this song. It might be in another one, but. Right? More or less. Right? I'm always doing something. Here, you didn't come back, right? This kind of figure happens a lot in Clementi and Mozart, where they end the little phrase with a note that's stepping down. And it's always got a diminuendo, every single time. If you can do that, the adjudicator is going to go, yep, check mark. He understands that part of the style of the tune, right? So, da-da-da-da-dum, like this, right? Every single time you see that. Here, wherever else it happens. Right, okay, every single time. It has to have that little diminuendo. That was a very common way of doing the phrase endings in this time period. But if you don't do it, like I said, the adjudicator is going to go, you missed that, -1. Okay.
That's kind of like a Kenneth's point.
Yeah. Right? And then. So even within the soft, I still do the little crescendo diminuendo. Here I did it louder, right? And then. So maybe a slight diminuendo, right? Just to do something different. Right? You could even do a small ritardando right there, which would be very normal for a musician to do at the end of a section like that. So. And you can even do a little football right in here, right? Just for something different, and start ramping back up into the main speed. Football, right? I didn't just start loud, I did a nice big crescendo and actually landed the loud here, right? That's a more fun way of entering that instead of just loud, because you whacked that note out with your thumb when you did it, okay? So build into it. This one's definitely the least. And then I do these ones all strong. Right? Because that's the end. That's signaling to everybody that's over. So, do you understand the musical ideas that I'm doing? And where I'm doing them? Okay. Because it's very similar to some of the other stuff we did in the last grade. Right? All the same ideas apply. But you have to start doing them, Yicheng, on your own without me saying anything. Right? It's one thing to learn all the notes. It's another thing to understand how to organize it musically. And as we go up in grades, they expect you to do that stuff naturally, right? You have to start thinking like that, all on your own. Okay, so don't wait for me, right? Because you understand, you do play with a lot of feeling, with a lot of musicality, like normally, but you could do more. That's my point, right? You could definitely be doing more stuff in the music to make it more interesting to listen to. Okay? All right. So, your dad was filming the whole thing, so you got that on camera. Anyway, that gives you lots of ideas, and then as you work on it yourself, you can apply those ideas at home, okay? And then practice it like that, so that, you know, the next time I hear it, it's a much stronger musical performance rather than just playing through the notes, okay? And then you gotta fix the spots where I've circled. Everything understood?
Yes.
What's next? I guess you need to fix that later.